cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert.
Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Buffalo Bills. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Got it? 56. Mike's 56. Yeah. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
218, chop.
They'll try and run forward with Smith. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
61, matchbox lights.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. A first down carry for Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
6-6, pull it high. Down, jackrabbit, come on.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patterson flushed out right. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Switch. You draw quarters. 5.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Check 31. 31's the 5. They're running it. Check nickel.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. I'm coming after you. Ready?
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Johnson running right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On first down, Patterson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They keep it with Smith on first down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
General West. Hey, Haywood.
Back to throw. Patterson. Now and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go, defense.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
Ready. 60 yards. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
We got it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Got it. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Herbert, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or 2 short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They go to Johnson again. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Here we go.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the gun, Herbert. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 24-yard line.
Ready up.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Go.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They give to Johnson going right, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Hey, exit.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Go.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Ready.
Back to throw. Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
Smith.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. You remember me?
They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Topper!
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. What's up, baby? That's the end zone. Check four. Check four.
Yeah. Get it.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He's at the 30, past the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Set. 15 line. 15 line. Coaching spell. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 20, Mike 20. Bravo. Everyone, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Right here, right here. Hey, Mike 20, Mike.
Mike.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big striking?
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Tack McKinley, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ready.
Now a give, right side. Johnson. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try the right side here with Smith.
You ain't going nowhere.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down. It's Freeman. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Freeman again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Ready? On 4th down. Herbert. That's to his running back. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done as you noted. And they did.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. Tackle made by Deidre Sinnott.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, check. 56.
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
56.
They'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Dude.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Got it.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check 52.
You draw Porkins.
56. Check 56. Tackles.
Five.
From the gun, Patterson eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
A gain of 15. First down, Falcons.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Christian, Travis.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 13. Check 13.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Patterson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
For Devontae Freeman, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Patterson. Complete to Jones. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
13 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet.